Good morning, my inspired friends. Today on my Instagram, I am talking about what purpose is. And so today I'd like to share that also, that what is your purpose? What gets you up in the morning? What gets your heart singing? Do you have a purpose? Do you feel that you have an intended thing to do on this earth, your calling? What is a purpose? And how I see it is something that you set your heart onto to achieve that thing that is called in your heart. And I feel it's a very important thing for our horsemanship, because if we don't have a purpose or a goal or a heart's calling or whatever you want to call it, we really can't achieve much in our horsemanship either, because it's so important that we have a plan that we do when we go to be with our horses. But let's start with ourselves. Let's put our horses over here right now, and with all my treasures to remind me that I'm blessed, that I'm inspired, that the very things that I love the most get me up in the morning to write, to do these videos, hopefully to inspire you. So what is your calling? My calling, a long time ago when I was a little girl, I was part of the Hopkins Raspberry coronation. I was a princess. I think I was 5 years old, and they asked us what we wanted to be when we grow up. My first one, I wanted to be a mommy. Yeah, I loved horses. The second one is I wanted to serve, and I believe it was to be a doctor or a nurse. I don't know, but all of them are something in service, because guess what? Our heart is called to serve others. And I feel everyone's pain over the last couple of years during COVID and being locked down and being isolated and alone. And we still are dealing with the aftermath of all of that, trying to find our purpose again. Many have walked valiantly outside of that, but many of us are still stuck in that place that we were at during the 20, 21, 22, those years. So when I talk to you about purpose, when I talk to you about your calling, what is it? Do you even know? I have a lot of people who go, I have no idea. And as we go into our older years, when we're not raising children, or maybe some of us who are retired and aren't working anymore, we've lost that vibrancy of life to do anything, because we've lost that calling. And I'm going to say that calling is not lost. You just need to uncover it. Take off the onion layers and go back deep. And ask God to help you to find it again. And for me, it's always been service, always. Whether it was raising my children to be the fantabulous young women that they are today, raising their children, which I feel so blessed, and I'm going to cry because that was my calling during that time, during that season of my life. And then I started teaching, and that has been a great calling. Not as great as raising my children, but I'm a teacher, I'm an educator, I am a trainer, which let's change that to a coach. Bringing horses and humans together to find harmony, to find balance, to find joy again in that relationship, because guess what? Horses are difficult. We think that it's so romantic, but really, it's really doing the work. It's shoveling the poo. It is getting out at 20 below and checking the waters to make sure our horses and cattle and chickens don't die. So it's a lot of work to have this much joy. It's all of this work, but it better be your passion. If not, you're just gonna be angry all the time. and really start losing the joy of being around these magnificent animals. So my other calling is to bring healing. That is also of service. Bring healing to relationships, to bring healing from parents to their children, using horses to be the conduit of how God calls us into this sacred thing called our purpose, because it is sacred, my friends. And you may be frustrated, you may be angry, you may be thinking you're a victim of your circumstances. I hear you. I hear you. At age 66, I'm supposed to be retired, enjoying my life on cruises. But that's not my calling. My calling is to continue to give out. And whether you hear what I say or listen to these words or really take them to heart, it's my heart that is crying out to you to find that, because guess what? Your purpose brings joy. And we need a lot of joy today. And there are people all over, especially our youth, who have lost that, and they're victims of their circumstances. They really haven't found, except to be angry. Let's find that joy. How do we do that? How do I reach that generation? How can I touch their hearts? I can use horses to do that. That's my heart. I don't have any teenagers. I have a teenage granddaughter who will be 14 next month. I want to touch her heart. How do we do that as grandparents, as parents, as neighbors, as educators? How do we inspire the youth of today to find their purpose, to find doing those little things to bring joy to their life? So that's my purpose. So do you feel alone in trying to find it? I hear you too. I get that from a lot of women my age who feel very alone, isolated. I don't know what to do. And then there's a big group of us who go, I love it. I get to go hiking, biking. I get to go travel the world. I am free to do so much. And in all of that, I always say, how do you give then and serve one another to bring that sacred joy a part of it? It's up to each one of us. So if you feel alone today, let's talk about it. If you go and find me on Instagram, I'm Inspired Horsemanship, just like here on YouTube, I'm Inspired Horsemanship. On Facebook, I'm that also, and also Jen Hansen Gruber. I'm hoping to expand more so that we can have these tough conversations. Maybe you don't find them to be tough. Share that with me so we can broadcast this to everyone who feels alone or scared. You might be sick, you might be fighting illness. How do we find our purpose in that? I know a lot of people who have done great things when they've had cancer or dying. They found their purpose. Do I understand that? No, I don't need to. I just know it happens. So today, my friends, how does this equate with your horsemanship? We have to have a purpose behind what we do. I talked about that yesterday. I talked about our habits that we have to form. But with those habits, we have to know, why do I want to have that habit? To go see my horses 3 times a week, or to prepare to learn how to jump, or to do endurance, or to do reining, or anything. Go on a trail ride. Or just to be with your horse. It takes a purpose of heart, of intention. So today I'm just adding to my 3 habits of healthy horsemanship is let's take out, now here is, I don't have my notebook, but I have my Post-it notes. What am I going to do today? Today, right now, I'm going to take my pen and paper. today I'll share with you what I'm going to do. After this, I'm going to go to my neighbor. She's had a lot of back pain, disc problems. I am going to use the healing arts I use to go and minister to her. Service. Then I'm going to go be with my horses, and I'm going to hopefully, which I know that I will, bring joy to their life. They love doing tricks and doing things and learning new skills as much as I do. So I want to share that with everyone because it's so fun. It can be fun. It doesn't have to be fun. It can be really serious because, you know, jumping is serious. Doing eventing is serious. All of those are serious, dangerous sports. But can you have fun with that? What is your purpose? So again, if I add that to your horsemanship of jumping, what is your purpose behind jumping? Is it the ribbons? Is it the accolades? What is it? Is it the learning? Or is it just doing fun things with your horse? And the aftermath of it is the trophies, the ribbons. Because I've seen people's trophy rooms of what they do, and then I ask them, are you having fun? Who has fun? We have so much work to do. Did your horse have fun? My friend Shannon and I will be doing a series of webinars and YouTube videos and lives. She's a body worker. She also does balance and harmony work under saddle. We talk a lot with each other about these things. We're going to share them with you, our insights, if you're interested. So I'm going to finish off today. This is for Christians all over the world. Whether you're a Christian or not, it's our sacred Holy Week. We anticipate what happens on Friday, Good Friday, then the 3 days in the tomb, and on Sunday, the resurrection. So I think of our lives when we find our purpose. Think of a butterfly emerging out of the cocoon. That's how we see resurrection. Resurrect those dreams and desires that you have. Resurrect them. Ask yourself, why not? So again, you have to find that inside of you. And you have to peel away those onion layers of doubt, unbelief, of I'm not good enough, I can't. No one believes in me, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I'm too old, I'm too young. We all have those excuses. They're real. I'm not, downplaying that. They're real because they're real to us. I hear you. I've had those. We're not unique in this. We all deal with those things. And we watch the really successful people. How did they get there? It wasn't like they were born that way. Or maybe they were. I don't know. But most of them had to go through all of these layers to get to this point up here. Some are 18 years old and do it. And some like me, I'm 66 and I'm still working through those. So let's end on a fantastic note. Breathe in 4. Hold it for 4 and set your intention. I am safe. I am whole. I am love. I can do this. Breathe out 4 and let all your doubt and unbelief out. Do this for as long as it starts to calm your heart. Blessings on you, on your family, and on your herd, and on this day. Thank you.